Okay, it's recording.
Okay. I'm gonna take a
Yay.
quick photo. Yay. Jeez. Okay. This is for what's it called? This is for a sort of anyway, I will explain.
Okay.
Okay. So thank you guys all for coming to my studying abroad info session. Let's get into it. Woo woo. Oh, do you want
Let me try to.
Oh, you just
there you
click
go.
it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, so just a couple announcements from Caminantes. We are positions that we have open. We are still looking for a co-community outreach, still looking for a treasurer and a public relations person as well. Upcoming events include this Saturday. We're doing our yoga on the bluff / farmers market event. Should be super fun. Hopefully you guys can make it. It's in the heart of Long Beach, so you guys will definitely get to be a Long Beach citizen when you go. What's it called? Street parking. So you gotta know how to parallel park, but it's okay. We'll learn.
There's something in the chat.
What's that? Show chat? No, these.
I can't really look at it.
How weird.
Weird. I feel like I'm one of those old professors.
I know. I'm like, what's okay?
Well, America just said LOL.
Oh,
okay.
Hi,
Thank you.
America. Thanks, Sam.
Thank you.
Okay, so then next week we're doing Family Feud on Wednesday, the 16th. That should be really fun. A nice little de-stressor activities. From the rest of the semester, it'll pretty much just be de-stressors. Some other ones that we have are painting activity or an art activity that our historian Eric is going to be leading. We also have Conchas and Cafe on the go. That is also going to be announced. What's it called? But keep your ears peeled, eyes peeled. Just keep. What am I trying to say?
Just keep updated on our socials.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, cool. Okay, cool.
Yes.
All right.
Whoa.
Oh, you went all the way back. Oh no.
Oh, no.
Spoiler. Okay. Okay.
Hold on. Give us one moment.
Okay, cool.
There.
So this is just a quick run through of what we're going to be talking about. I'll be telling you guys the different ways that Cal State Long Beach or that you can study abroad with Cal State Long Beach, talk about ways that you can pay for your trip, and then how I was able to pay for my trip. Benjamin Gilman Scholarship, that's the main part of this. If you can stay till the end, it'll be so worth it. Okay, awesome. So there's 3 different ways that you can study abroad. Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
There's semester programs, exchange programs, short-term programs. There is one other way. It's called they're called independent programs, which is from like a third party. And I'm not too sure how like transfer credits work with that. That's more for like internship and like volunteer opportunities. But so I won't be talking too much about those. But I will give you like where you can go to find those things. Okay, cool. All right. Okay, so semester programs, we're going to be talking about those first. That's obviously if you're only going for a semester, it could be either fall or spring. For that, you'd be paying CSULB tuition, and the place is called, so they're called AIFS fees. It's just an organization called American Institute for Foreign Studies. CSULB partners with them. So those fees include things like excursions, overnight trips, cultural activities, housing accommodations that are like in the heart of where you'll be staying. So they take care of a lot of like the immersive things, so you could be in the culture. For semester programs also, it's usually led by a CSULB teacher. So like, and usually the way that those work is you're with a group. So you'll be with like the same group of people most of the time. You'll be traveling with the same group of people. There's not a bunch of options for those that I could find. The 3 that were there were Costa Rica, Florence, and London. The range for these ones were about like 7,000 to 10,000. Just to talk about pricing. And most of a big portion of that were the AIFS fees, because that just covers so many things. Each of these are going to be worth it to some and not worth it to others. But yeah, you'll find whichever one works for you. PS, the London one was the most expensive one. Florence looks cool. Costa Rica looks cool. But yeah, Florence and Costa Rica were like the 7,000, and London was in like the 10,000 that I could find. Okay. Thank you.
Mhm.
Okay, so then we have our exchange programs. This is where you would just be paying for CSULB tuition, and there are no AIFS fees, but that also means that there's no excursions or day trips included. It'd be pretty much like, to put it in like our terms, it'd be pretty much like you'd be living at the international house in the dorms. I don't know if you guys like are familiar with that, but like it's pretty much like you're just transferring to another, you're gonna be like that one American kid like walking around campus with like the other kids from other countries. Or like, yeah, you wouldn't be with a group. It'd be a lot more independent. This could work with some people, like this could work for some because of the cost. And this would be like full on immersion, I would think. But it would also be on you to like, if you really want to get out and see things, that would be on you to like plan. And you would also be studying with a host country teacher, so it wouldn't be somebody from CSULB. Let's see, it also has a longer application process. It was different for each, what's it called? Well, actually, I forgot to explain this. This would also include you studying at a CSULB partner school, which basically, as I was saying, you would just be more like independent. It'd be like going to LBCC in another country and like transferring credits from there. What's it called? But that also means that there's more options for different countries. There's 3 different Spanish speaking countries that you could go to. I think it was like Spain, Mexico, and Peru. And then there's a bunch of options like in China. There's like so many, there's just a lot more options there, but it does come with a longer application process. And each country's trip is like different. It varies on the application process. Some of the things included, I think most of them will include some form of like personal statement essay. You'd need transcripts, a passport, and then some things included like a credit advising form, a transfer credit advising form, which would be pretty much just to ensure that the classes you take are transferable to here. And then some of them also included faculty recommendations, up to 2, but it really depends on which one you decide. It looked like there was like over 10 different like options. And yeah, that one you would probably need to do a little bit more research and as I said, it's a lot more independent, but it is a lot cheaper because you would just be paying CSULB tuition. But again, some of them don't include the housing in there, so that's a whole other thing as well. Okay, the next one. Okay, next I'll be talking about the short-term programs. These ones just include summer and winter courses. This was the one that I did specifically, but I'll talk to you more about my experience in a little bit. So this one includes CSULB tuition. It would be summer and winter tuition, so it is a little bit pricier. And then AIFS fees as well. What's it called? But again, including excursions, day trips, cultural activities. The programs are specific to majors. So some options for liberal studies students. I don't think most of us here are liberal studies students, but just as an example, they have an arts capstone that you could take in London, and then they have a history capstone that you can take in Ireland. There's other ones too for like other majors too, and I don't think you actually have to be in that major. There's like you could get like passes to be able to participate in it. Okay, cool. Hold on, I think. Oh yeah, next. Okay, cool. So this link here, I don't know if there's a way to put it in. There's no way to put it in the chat, huh? We'd have to like exit out.
Yeah, do you want to exit out? Or we could do it
Okay, so after, I guess, we'll put this link in the chat. This is pretty much where you can get all the information that I just told you, and it does it in a really nice, what's it called? Oh no.
I'll just do it later.
Yeah.
Oh,
there
we can do it here.
Yeah. It does it in a really nice format where it's like, what do you want to do? Do you want to study here? Or like, are you an international student looking to study at Cal State Long Beach? Or are you a Cal State Long Beach student looking to study elsewhere? And it asks you like question after question, and it just helps you like take you to where you want to go. It's like a little questionnaire. It's cool. So we'll put that in the chat if it lets us. Oh, it's not been letting us, huh?
We'll do it. We'll do it
Yeah,
at the
we'll
end.
figure out how to do it at the
end.
end. But yeah, I really want you guys to have that link. It's a really nice resource. But of course, I wanted to explain to you how it's laid out before I went ahead with it. Okay, cool. It never works. Okay. Okay. Now I'm going to talk to you guys about how to finance your trip. We'll be talking about briefly about beach scholarships, briefly about the ASI Study Abroad Scholarship, and then mainly about the Benjamin Gilman Scholarship. I feel like that one is very accessible, especially if you have time, which you guys do, because the application for that doesn't open. It opens like mid-January, so you have time for that one. But anyway, so yeah, we'll be talking briefly about these three. Before I go into them, another way that a lot of people were financing their trips was just by saving. That's a really big way that everybody that I was on my trip with talked about how they did it, working like a bunch of jobs and just like setting aside money for it. Yeah, that's helpful. Okay. Okay, so the ASI scholarship, it only applies to semester or academic year programs. So it doesn't apply to the summer or winter courses. So it wouldn't have applied to the one that I went to, but it is a good option for like the longer programs. It's also a bit of a longer application process. You would need to fill out your scholarship questionnaire, a resume. You'd need an essay that would state your financial need, like proof of your financial aid award. I think that kind of affects how much you get, and then your official transcript. So not like a super lengthy process, but it's, there's steps to it. And then for the year-long program, you would get up to 2,000. For the semester-long program, you would get up to 1,000. And I think I wrote a couple extra. Yeah, they used to have something for the short-term programs, like the summer and winter ones, but for some reason it's been suspended. But it would have been $500. So hopefully maybe it comes back by the time you guys travel over the summer or winter. But if it doesn't, or if it does, don't say I didn't tell you. It's there. So it is an option in case you see it on there. Okay. Oh yeah, and also I put like the links to these at the bottom of it. For reference.
Yeah, we'll do it after.
Yeah, we'll figure it all
don't
out.
worry.
Yeah. And then of course we have the beach scholarships. I'm sure you guys have all heard about the beach scholarships. So there's different applications for fall and spring. The fall applications ended in September. They were open from August to September, and those ones were mainly for like the sciences or like the STEM field and the business as well. So not so much, not a lot for like education majors, but the spring applications, that is our bread and butter. That's like when all of the education scholarships come out. And so those start in January and they end in March. So you guys should make sure you apply to those. I couldn't find, when I was applying, there really weren't a bunch of study abroad ones. But one that I did get through Beach Scholarships is called the $1,000 study abroad stipend. And that one was just like you could spend up to $1,000 in like meals, boarding. I think airfare was also included. And so that really was like a really nice buffer that I got to grab. Yeah. And then the application for beach scholarships, you have to fill out a general application and then typically an application for your department or for your college. So if you're like a history major, you would have to fill one out for the history department. Us as like liberal studies majors, we have to fill out the education application as well, or the education scholarship application as well. So there's like two big like chunks of writing, not big chunks of writing, but like things that you have to think through and time that you have to put into it. Yeah, I got tricked because like I did the general application and then I was like, okay, I'm done, I applied, and then I still had to do my college of education one, and it was just like more stuff. But once you get through those two, then like you're good. Like it just sends out your application to a bunch of, or to whatever one. Kim raised her hand. Oh yes, Kim.
Hi. I just wanted to know, like, if these August to September application date is like the year before the fall that you go.
So it is a year before.
What do you exactly mean?
Oh,
I'm not understanding.
So you know how like the fall semester is from August to December?
Mhm.
So is the deadline that August to September, or it's the August to September like the year before?
So I think this will answer your question. So for example, in the semester that we're in right now, the fall application ended this last September, but you would get paid out for next semester. So we still have to wait. So the ones for this year are already over, so we have to wait until next year if you're applying in the fall. Did that make sense?
Kind of. I so basically like if I apply now,
Mhm.
they'll give me the scholarship next August.
Next
It's so
sem-
confusing.
Oh,
No,
okay. So
yeah.
like when you apply, when do you get the money pretty much?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you apply in the fall, then that you would be getting your money in the spring. But if you apply in the spring, it would be for the next school year. That makes sense.
So it's like the semester before that you
Yeah,
have.
yeah.
Oh,
You're
I get.
getting you have to like it's pretty much like planning ahead of time. Yeah. So it's too late to get money like this semester, but you would be getting some like next semester if you had applied in September.
I get it. Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, and then we'll also put the links to this too, where it explains that too. It says that's like the first thing it says. But yeah, it is a little bit confusing because it's like, when am I getting my money?
Mhm.
I thought I was getting mine like sooner than I did, but then it was like, no, you have to wait 6 months, and I was like, no. So yeah, okay, cool. Okay, so let's talk about the Benjamin Gilman Scholarship. This is a government-funded scholarship. It awards up to $5,000 depending on need. The due date for this one is March 9th, 2023. So not soon at all. And it opens in mid-January. So you have like quite a good amount of time to work on it. The application includes 3 essays, a transcript, and you just have to get certified. It's on their end. You don't have to worry about it at all. It like literally sends them like a notification, but you have to get a certification from the study abroad advisor, like at Cal State Long Beach, and then your financial aid advisor at Cal State Long Beach as well. Yeah, but I'll be talking about the essays as well. Okay, cool. Okay, so for the essays that you would need to do, you would have to do a statement of purpose essay, which just talks about why you would like to study abroad, how it's going to help your career, things like that. Like, why are you studying abroad? And then they have like more specific questions too that you have to make sure you answer. You have your building mutual understanding essay. That is because part of the scholarship, because it's government funded, they see you as like kind of like a diplomat, I guess. They see you as like somebody who is representing the United States. And so this scholarship is, I mean, this essay is pretty much talking about like, how are you going to show what it means to be American? Like, how are you going to represent us like in the US? And how are you going to make like connections in other countries and things like that? So talking about things like how you're going to make sure to immerse yourself in the culture, like talking to locals, things like that, instead of just going to like, I want to go see the Eiffel Tower, instead of just doing that, like, oh, I went to go visit like this little cafe on the corner where like my hotel person told me was like really good, something like that. Yeah, so that's what that essay is about. And then you have to also do a follow-on service project proposal, which is kind of what this is. This is like my version of that. So it's pretty much to spread awareness of how the Benjamin Gilman Scholarship can help you get to travel abroad, because the financial aspect of traveling abroad is so like hindering to so many people. This scholarship is pretty much to help you to help people who like really genuinely don't have the money for it. Whereas like some other scholarships, I mean, most scholarships are for that. But this one, it doesn't look at your financial aid. It doesn't look at anything else other than your essays. So that's, I feel like, something that's like super helpful, because sometimes the Cal State Long Beach scholarships can be a little bit like hard to reach, it feels like, because it's just such a big pool of people. And I mean, there's a big pool of people here for the Benjamin Gilman as well, but it's they're really reading to see like do we want to send this person to another country? And so yeah, I think yeah. Okay, cool. So oh yeah, I'm going to tell you guys about my experience. Okay, so I went over the summer. I traveled to Ireland using the history capstone for my major, which is the liberal studies major. I was there for 3 weeks. I got the Benjamin Gilman scholarship. Hey, thank you. What's it called? So to break down like the travel, like how the scholarship like really helped me more than the Cal State Long Beach scholarships helped me. So like the travel cost itself was $3,900. That was like for boarding, that was for the plane ticket, that was for like a meal, that was for a couple excursions. And then there was like the out of country tuition cost, because it was only one class. So that's like, yeah, like that's how much 3 units costed in another country, or that's how much 3 units costed over the summer. So yeah, that was $996 for the units. So yeah, that was like how much I had to pay. But then with the Benjamin Gilman scholarship, I got $4,000 out of the $5,000, which like I was not even expecting to get that. I've never gotten a scholarship of like that much money. And it was like, it was not taxed. It wasn't like, it just, once they told me I got it, what's it called? Like a week or 2 later, it just showed up in my bank account. Like they just send it to you. And so it's just like, and I even emailed them. I was like, what do I do with this money? Like, you don't want proof of like how I spent it? And they're like, no, that's what you said you needed, right? And I was like, yeah. So they just like, so it was just a very easy process. I mean, getting there was a little bit harder because of like writing the essays and everything. But yeah, and then I got a study abroad stipend of the $1,000, and that was again to spend on like food and board, and that one was from Cal State Long Beach. So overall, my trip was pretty much covered, except for like additional like meals and things like that I had to pay out of pocket, and a couple other like insurance too. I think was like $80, and you had to pay for it because you were going as like a Cal State student. But yeah. So that is like my experience with the Benjamin Gilman scholarship. What's it called? Yeah, it really helped me, and I really hope you guys try applying to it. Like, or if you're going to study abroad, whether it's even if it's like just volunteering, or like entering, it covers that too. There's like it covers a wide variety of like, if you're a student trying to leave the country and like go see other things, it helps. So yeah, what's it called? Yeah, that's kind of my big thing here, is just apply to the Benjamin Gilman scholarship. It's so I mean, like the essays, I think there may be like a couple pages, because I think there's like a 7,000 word limit for the personal statement one. So it's not like, I don't know. It's just a really good opportunity, and it's a really helpful buffer if you're really having trouble like financing your trip. That's really how I did it. I would have not been able to go without it. And again, they don't look at your financial aid, or like the amount of people, like what you make in your taxes, and they don't look at how many people are in your household, and they don't look at whether or not your parents are married or anything like that. Like, it's just like, you wrote, this is who you are as a person, like, okay, we'll give it to you. So that's something that I really appreciated about it. That's pretty much everything. If you guys have any questions about like what I wrote about, or like how oh yeah, this is by accident, I didn't delete it, but there's a thank you slide if you want to.
Okay.
The thank you slide. Yeah, that's pretty much the whole presentation, you guys. Just please apply to the Benjamin Gilman scholarship if you're gonna even think about like going abroad. Yeah, well, for however long, like it will help you, I promise. Yeah, so And then we can put the links too in the chat and everything. But yeah, if you guys have any questions too, I can answer.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
stop sharing.
Yeah, I think that's good. Oh, Juliana.
Hi, thanks for answering so many questions. So I do get my credential by like May. But I guess like if I really wanted to, like I'd have to like wait another semester to get my credential to study abroad, because I do have this, you know, student this semester I'm student teaching. I mean, not this semester, but then like this upcoming spring semester I'm student teaching, and then I get my credential. But I guess if I really want to study abroad, like I'll take one more semester in the credentialing program.
Would you like would
But I
you
was wondering if I also have the option of doing it over the summer.
yeah,
Oh,
that's
I'm
how I
sorry,
did it.
you got cut off.
That's okay. That's okay. I stopped like in the middle of it because I noticed you were
Oh,
still.
you did it.
That's okay.
Oh, okay. So like, is it okay if I do it over the summer?
Yeah, I did mine over the summer. And then they will ask you what range is your trip gonna be, and then they'll make sure they send it to you like before then. And I actually one of the girls that was on the Ireland trip with me, she also same situation as you pretty much, and she purposefully only left one class to take the fall after the Ireland summer trip, so that she could still be considered a student and still like go on the trip. And she got her trip like paid for too by the scholarship. It's a very accessible scholarship, like, and what's it called? Another thing too, I did it in like a week because I didn't know about like the deadline or anything. I had just heard about it, and then like thank God my financial advisor, not my financial, Yesenia, the old academic program person for Caminos Caminantes, she proofread my essays like the next day, and she was like, okay, fix this, because she was also a recipient of the Benjamin Gilman Scholarship. So it's just like, and it's just, it really helps. Like it really helps. And I cannot afford traveling. Like that is not something that I'm like able to do. So do it. And yes, so to answer your question, yes, like in the summertime. Yeah.
Okay, but do I have to take the fall semester after that summer at
No.
CSULB?
No, I don't
Oh,
think so.
yeah,
I'm
sorry
not
to.
about logistics about that. I'm not 100% sure, but you can definitely do it in the summertime. And I'm not too sure how they consider like what the cutoff is for like students or anything like that. But you would do like once you apply, you have your own advisor from the scholarship program from Benjamin Gilman, and they will answer whatever questions. Like they get back to you within the day. So like they're very helpful. Yeah.
Got it. I'm starting to think I'll apply. Yeah.
I think it's super accessible, I'm telling you guys. And like it's stressful if you don't have time. So it was really stressful for me, but you guys have the time. So do it. Yeah. America.
Okay, I have a question that hopefully it's helpful to everyone. But since you had started 1 week like before it was due, how far in advance do you think people should actually plan if they want to apply for the scholarship?
So it's actually really funny because I went to like a workshop, or I didn't go to a workshop. I watched a recording of a workshop as I was writing the essays. And that one of the girls who had also gotten it, she said that like she had worked for that thing on like for like months, like every single person she was running into, like, here, read my essay. Okay, what do you think? Okay, I'll take it back and like fix it. So it really depends. It really depends, I think. I don't think there's really like an answer. I don't think anybody should wait until the week before. Give yourself like a month for the sake of like you and the person you're going to need to proofread it, because you need a proofreader, like bottom line. I don't think I would have gotten it without Yesenia's tips, and I have a story about that too. But Juliana, one.
I think it depends on how much of an extrovert you are. Because I think if you're an introvert and you really like to sit down and think there and like write the essays on your own terms, then you just want to like spend a lot of time on it on your own. But if you're like really extroverted and you count on people a lot, I guess like you could like leave kind of you could have left it to the last minute, but have someone like Yesenia like proofread it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it really does depend. Yeah. But even then, like, I was super worried about it because when I heard about it, I was like, Yesenia, I cannot do this. Like, who can I even ask to proofread this? Like, it's just so like not respectful of their time for me to be like, here, proofread this. By the way, it's due tomorrow. So like help me. Because I just feel like in my head that's like I can't do that. So for the sake of like whoever's proofreading it too, give them like at least 2 weeks to read it, I feel like, so that you can go back and proofread it. Yeah. And then even like that extra pair of eyes is so helpful because like between the 5 of us or between the 6 of us, my first essay on like how to be an American, it was like so far off from like who I actually am as a person and like my experience living in this country. Cause like when I tell you guys, I was writing like, I will show the world like who America really is, like whatever's happening on the news, that's not what America is, like patriotism, like I love my like that's what I was writing about. And so Yesenia, who is like the caminantes person, like teaching us to all be like proud of our culture and everything, she was like, Alexis, like you're Mexican American. I don't know who this person is like reading this, but like please, like you're brown, girl. Like, like rewrite this. And so she basically told me like you have to redo this. And like I redid it. And I think that was like a really, really big part of like me and like me being able to get that award because like I was not being myself. And yeah, and she really helped. So yeah, make sure you have time for your second pair of eyes and make sure you proofread and be yourself. Yeah. Okay. Does anybody else have any questions? Yes, Min. Hi, Min.
Yeah, I'm on the study abroad site right now. So
Mhm.
for single subject, you look at the subject you're supposed to be teaching rather than education, yes?
For like looking at what program you can do.
Yeah, I'm on it. It has a little section called areas of study,
Mm-hmm.
and it has everything from like accountancy to zoology.
Yeah,
So
I'm not super sure. I think for that you might just you might want to get in contact with the study abroad advisor. They have like their contact information there too. I'm not super sure like how stickler they are about like who can go and who can't. Because I think when on my trip, not everybody there was a liberal studies major. There was actually a history major there because it was a history capstone. You just have to get like special permissions from whatever you're doing. But also, obviously, if you're doing like a semester, I think they might be a little bit more picky about like what program you're in, because like it might not fully transfer. But another thing too to factor in is that some of the programs where it's like professor led, like Cal State Long Beach professor led, they want to go to Ireland, like they want to go to another country, so they're like searching for people. They're like, do you want to go study abroad? Like, come on, come apply, like they're very determined to like get a group of people together. So a lot of times because they're so determined, they'll be like, all right, give her permission to come take my class. Yeah,
That's true.
yeah, so that's another thing to like factor into. Did we send the links in the chat? I
don't think so.
Okay, okay. Thank you guys again for coming. I'm so glad that you guys have questions and are listening.
What?
I think the next one, that one. I hope it lets us.
I think so. Maybe because we were like sharing.
Yeah, maybe that's what it was. Oh yeah, there we go. Okay, cool. Cool. That's the study abroad one. Again, we send the link for the Benjamin Gilman scholarship as well.
Yeah.
I think that one is net 12. Yeah.
Hold
I know, I have to figure out a better way to do this.
That's okay. More learning.
Yeah. Okay.
It's going. It's
We're
going.
doing
It's
it.
doing it.
Okay,
There
cool.
you go.
Yeah, so save those too. Do you guys have any other questions? You guys are good.
Good.
Okay, cool.
Yay.
Yeah, okay, cool. Thank you guys for coming. Thank you guys for helping me. Oh yeah, another thing about the follow-on service project, you have to do it within 6 months after you get back from your trip. I'm on my 6-month cusp. What's it called? Yeah, and then what's it called? I think you're just considered an alumni after doing that. So I don't know what really happens if you don't do it or
Mhm.
anything. But yeah, and you also have to like talk about how you'll spread the word. But yeah,
Yes.
okay. Well, thank you guys so much. Thank you for
Do you
coming.
need a picture for your?
Oh yeah, can we
proof?
take a
Okay.
photo? Oh,
Yes.
can we share the screen again?
Yes, we can share the
quickly?
screen.
Okay.
Give
Sorry
me a
guys.
Give me a moment.
Give us 1 second. Get ready for the photo.
Yeah, get ready for the photo.
Yeah, yeah.
You want to get in? Wait, what?
There we go.
Oh, I just put present.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Which slide
Okay,
should
cool.
we
I
do?
think
Should we
this
do the
one's-
first one?
No, I think the Benjamin Gilpin
Benjamin
one, yeah,
one?
so I can if they need proof. Like I
Okay,
did it.
Cool.
Okay. Okay, cool.
Oh,
Oh.
let me. I was posing with that. Oh, you want to get in it?
Oh.
Isabel?
I'll
be in the
background. Okay.
Okay, 1, 2.
Cheese.
3. Did it work?
Oh.
Not this again. Okay, 1. Okay,
Oh, thank
there.
God. Okay, cool.
Yay, it
All
worked.
right, thank you guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.